Okay, and now Azure Management Tools. Manage your Azure resources and infrastructure with a robust set of tools. Gain control over your cloud environment and streamline operations with a comprehensive suite of Azure management tools. Azure Portal. Web-based interface. The Azure Portal is a web-based interface for managing Azure resources. The portal provides a graphical user interface for managing resources, including virtual machines, storage accounts, and networking components. Comprehensive management. The portal offers comprehensive management capabilities, including monitoring, troubleshooting, and automation. It provides an intuitive user experience and access to a wide range of tools. Easy navigation. The portal features a user-friendly navigation pane that allows for easy access to different Azure services and resources. The portal is well organized and easy to navigate, even for new users. Azure CLI. Azure CLI is a command line interface used to manage Azure resources. It provides a powerful and flexible way to automate and sprint Azure operations. Azure CLI can be used to perform a wide range of tasks, including creating, configuring, deploying, and managing Azure resources. Azure CLI is a cross-platform tool that can be used on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux operating systems. It can be installed from the Azure CLI website or from your operating system's package manager. Azure PowerShell. Azure PowerShell is a command line interface used to manage Azure resources. It provides a powerful and flexible way to automate tasks such as creating, configuring, and managing resources. Azure PowerShell is a popular choice for managing Azure because it is a mature and well-supported tool. It offers a wide range of templates or commands for managing various Azure services. Managing Azure resources. Azure provides a variety of tools and services for managing resources throughout their lifecycle. This includes tasks such as provisioning, configuring, monitoring, scaling, securing, and automating resource management. 1. Provisioning. Create and deploy new resources. 2. Configuring. Customize settings and properties. 3. Monitoring. Track performance and health. 4. Scaling. Adjust resource capacity based on demand. 5. Securing. Protect resources from unauthorized access. Monitoring Azure resources. Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor is a comprehensive monitoring service that provides insights into the health, performance, and availability of your Azure resources. It collects and analyzes data from various sources to identify potential issues and provide proactive alerts. Log Analytics. Log Analytics is a powerful tool within Azure Monitor that allows you to query and analyze log data from various Azure services, providing valuable insights into system behavior and identifying performance bottlenecks. It can also be used for security analysis. Application Insights. Application Insights is designed specifically for monitoring web applications and services running in Azure. It provides detailed performance metrics, user experience insights, and automatic alerts, helping you identify and resolve performance issues quickly. Provisioning Azure resources. 1. Azure Resource Manager, ARM, templates. ARM templates are JSON files that define the infrastructure and configuration of your Azure resources. They provide a declarative way to define your infrastructure, allowing you to automate the provisioning process. 2. Azure CLI. The Azure CLI is a command line interface that you can use to manage and provision Azure resources. It offers a wide range of commands for creating, deleting, updating, and managing resources. 3. Azure PowerShell. Azure PowerShell is a set of templates that you can use to manage and provision Azure resources. It provides a more comprehensive and powerful way to interact with the Azure platform. 4. Azure Portal. The Azure Portal is a web-based user interface that you can use to manage and provision Azure resources. It offers a visual and intuitive way to interact with the platform. Configuring Azure resources. Configuring Azure resources allows you to tailor them to your specific requirements. You can control various aspects, such as security settings, networking, and access permissions. 1. Security groups. Control network traffic in and out of resources. 2. Virtual network settings. Define network connectivity and peering. 3. Access control. Grant or restrict user permissions. 4. Resource tags. Categorize and organize resources for better management. For example, you can configure security groups to allow specific ports or IP addresses to access a virtual machine. You can also create custom roles to restrict access to specific resources. Azure provides a variety of tools to help you configure resources, including the Azure Portal, Azure CLI, and Azure PowerShell. Scaling Azure resources. Automatic scaling. Azure automatically scales resources based on predefined roles and metrics. This helps ensure optimal performance and cost efficiency. Manual scaling. Manually adjust resource capacity based on real-time needs. This provides granular control over resource allocation. Scaling strategies. Choose from various scaling strategies like scale up/down, scale out/in, and auto-scaling based on metrics like CPU utilization, memory usage, and network traffic. Securing Azure resources. Securing Azure resources is paramount for protecting data and applications. Azure offers a comprehensive set of security features, enabling you to control access, monitor activity, and enforce compliance policies. 1. Access control. Azure RBAC provides granular control over resource access. 2. Threat detection. Azure Security Center proactively identifies and mitigates threats. 3. Data protection. Azure Key Vault safeguards sensitive data like encryption keys. 4. Network security. Azure Network Security Groups, NSGs, control network traffic. By implementing these security measures, you can establish a robust security posture for your Azure environment. Automating Azure Resource Management. Automating Azure Resource Management simplifies complex tasks, improves efficiency, and reduces errors. By scripting and automating deployments, configurations, and updates, you can streamline operations, ensure consistency, and achieve faster time to market. 1. Azure Resource Manager, ARM, templates. Define infrastructure as code. 2. Azure Policy. Enforce governance and compliance. 3. Azure Blueprints. Deploy pre-configured environments. 4. Azure Automation. Run tasks and workflows. These tools enable you to manage Azure resources programmatically, reducing manual intervention and promoting consistency across your deployments. Azure Resource Manager, ARM, templates. Infrastructure as code. ARM templates are JSON files that define the infrastructure you want to deploy, including virtual machines, storage accounts, and networks. This approach allows you to automate the deployment of your resources, ensuring consistency and repeatability. Declarative deployment. ARM templates specify the desired state of your resources rather than the steps to achieve it. This approach simplifies the deployment process, allowing you to focus on the desired outcome. Version control and collaboration. ARM templates can be stored in version control systems, enabling collaboration among team members and facilitating the tracking of changes over time. Reusable components. ARM templates can be broken down into reusable components, which can be shared across projects, reducing redundancy and improving efficiency. Azure Policy. Governance. Azure Policy is a powerful tool for enforcing compliance and managing Azure resources. It lets you define roles and configurations that must be applied to resources. Consistency. It ensures that your Azure resources meet your organization's standards and policies, fostering consistency across your environment. Compliance. Azure Policy helps you meet regulatory requirements by enforcing specific configurations, security settings, and resource deployments. Auditing. It provides insights into resource compliance, helping you identify and address potential risks and vulnerabilities. Azure Blueprints. Infrastructure as code. Azure Blueprints define the infrastructure and configuration for your Azure resources. They help you ensure consistent deployment of your resources across multiple environments. Security and compliance. Blueprints help you enforce security and compliance policies. They can be used to define access control, resource tagging, and other security measures. Collaboration and governance. Azure Blueprints promote collaboration and governance by providing a centralized way to define and deploy infrastructure and configurations. Azure Advisor. Proactive recommendations. Azure Advisor provides personalized recommendations to optimize your Azure resources for performance, cost, security, and reliability. Continual analysis. It continuously analyzes your Azure environment and identifies areas for improvement based on best practices and Azure's expertise. Azure Monitor. Comprehensive monitoring. Azure Monitor provides a unified platform for monitoring your Azure resources. It offers a wide range of features for collecting, analyzing, and acting on telemetry data. Real-time insights. It enables you to track the health and performance of your applications and infrastructure, providing real-time insights into their behavior. Proactive alerting. You can configure alerts that trigger when specific conditions are met, allowing you to proactively identify and address potential issues. Actionable data. Azure Monitor collects and analyzes data from various sources, including logs, metrics, and events, making it easy to diagnose and troubleshoot problems. Azure Application Insights. Performance monitoring. Application Insights monitors performance, such as response times, requests per second, and error rates. It also identifies bottlenecks and performance issues. Usage analysis. It helps you understand how your application is being used by tracking user interactions and activity. This data can be used to optimize the user experience and identify areas for improvement. Troubleshooting and debugging. Application Insights provides a powerful set of tools for diagnosing and resolving issues in your application. It captures detailed logs, performance metrics, and error information. Alerts and notifications. It can send alerts when there are issues with your application, allowing you to quickly identify and address problems before they impact users. Azure Log Analytics. Data collection. Log Analytics gathers data from various Azure resources, including virtual machines, applications, and services. Log Analysis. Log Analytics allows for powerful log analysis capabilities, enabling you to query, search, and analyze log data efficiently. Alerts and notifications. Set up alerts based on predefined conditions, receive notifications, and proactively address potential issues. Reporting and insights. Log Analytics provides reporting and visualization features to gain insights into resource performance and security events. Azure Resource Graph. Unified View. Azure Resource Graph provides a single pane of glass for viewing and managing resources across your Azure environment. Query language. It uses a powerful query language, similar to KQL, to filter and analyze resources based on specific criteria. Automation and insights. Resource Graph can be used to automate tasks, generate reports, and gain insights into resource usage and configurations. Resource discovery. It enables you to discover and inventory all your resources in Azure, regardless of their location or type. Azure Automation. Automate tasks. Azure Automation helps you automate tasks and processes in your Azure environment, reducing manual effort and improving efficiency. Runbooks. Azure Automation uses runbooks, which are scripts or workflows that define automated tasks, enabling you to orchestrate complex processes. Integration. Azure Automation integrates with various Azure services and tools, enabling you to automate tasks across your cloud infrastructure. Azure Backup. Data protection. Azure Backup provides comprehensive data protection for various Azure services, including virtual machines, SQL databases, and Azure storage accounts. It helps organizations safeguard their data from accidental deletion, hardware failures, and cyber attacks. Recovery strategies. Azure Backup offers various recovery options, enabling organizations to restore data to its original location, a different Azure region, or an on-premises location. It supports both full and incremental backups, allowing for efficient recovery. Data retention. Azure Backup allows organizations to define data retention policies, specifying how long backups should be stored. Organizations can choose from different retention periods based on their compliance and regulatory requirements. Cost optimization. Azure Backup enables organizations to optimize their backup costs by leveraging features like Backup Vault Lifecycle Management, which automatically deletes older backups based on defined policies. Azure Site Recovery. Disaster Recovery as a Service. Azure Site Recovery enables businesses to replicate and recover their on-premises workloads and Azure virtual machines to Azure in the event of a disaster. Reduce Recovery Time Objectives, RTO. Site recovery helps organizations achieve rapid recovery times by automating the failover and recovery processes, minimizing downtime. Replication and recovery. Site recovery replicates data from on-premises machines to Azure, ensuring data consistency and enabling seamless failover to the cloud. Azure Cost Management. Cost optimization. Azure Cost Management helps you optimize your cloud spending by providing insights into your usage and identifying areas for cost savings. Cost monitoring. Monitor your Azure spending over time, track your budget, and set alerts to notify you of any potential cost overruns. Cost analysis. Analyze your Azure costs by resource type, location, service, and other factors to gain a deeper understanding of your spending patterns. Cost management policies. Define cost management policies to automate cost optimization, such as setting spending limits and enforcing tagging roles. Azure reservations. 1. Cost optimization. Azure reservations are a cost-effective way to manage Azure compute resources. They allow you to commit to paying for a specific amount of compute capacity in advance, thus guaranteeing a lower price compared to pay-as-you-go rates. 2. Resource types. Azure reservations can be applied to various resources, including virtual machines, VMs, Azure SQL Database, Cosmos DB, and Azure Kubernetes Service, AKS. 3. Reservation types. There are two types of Azure reservations, single instance and shared instance. Single instance reservations are specific to a single VM instance, whereas shared instance reservations can be used across multiple VMs within the same subscription. 4. Reservation scope. Azure reservations can be scoped to a particular region, availability zone, or subscription. The reservation scope defines where the cost savings apply. Azure budgets. Set spending limits. Azure budgets enable you to set spending limits for your Azure subscriptions. You can configure alerts when you approach or exceed your budget thresholds. Track costs. Azure budgets help you track your Azure spending over time. You can view your budget history and analyze your cost trends to identify areas for optimization. Azure Marketplace. Discover and deploy. Azure Marketplace is a platform for finding and deploying software solutions and services. It offers a wide range of pre-built and ready-to-use solutions. Third-party solutions. Browse and select from a curated catalog of applications, software, and services from various vendors, including independent software vendors, ISVs. Simplified deployment. Streamline the process of deploying and managing your cloud infrastructure with pre-configured and tested solutions. Cost optimization. Leverage cost-effective solutions from the marketplace, potentially reducing the cost of building and maintaining your applications. Azure Resource Tags. Organization and classification. Tags allow you to organize resources into logical groups based on purpose, environment, or cost center. Cost management and optimization. Tags enable you to apply cost filters to identify and manage resource expenses effectively. Policy enforcement. Tags can be used to enforce compliance policies, ensuring resources adhere to established guidelines. Automation and scripting. Tags can be leveraged to automate tasks like resource provisioning and monitoring based on specific tag values. Azure Resource Locks. Prevent unintentional changes. Resource locks prevent accidental or unauthorized modifications to Azure resources. They ensure that critical infrastructure remains stable. Granular control. Locks can be applied at various levels: resource group, resource, or subscription, providing flexibility for managing access and permissions. Collaboration and security. Resource locks improve collaboration by preventing unintended changes and enhance security by limiting access to critical components. Azure RBAC. Role-based access control. Azure RBAC is a powerful access control model that provides a granular way to manage permissions for users, groups, and applications in Azure. Hierarchy of roles. It defines a hierarchy of roles with different levels of access, allowing you to manage permissions effectively and efficiently. Managing permissions. Azure RBAC allows you to assign specific roles to users, groups, and applications, enabling them to access and manage resources in Azure. Azure Managed Identities. Simplified authentication. Azure Managed Identities provide a secure and simplified way to authenticate applications to Azure resources. Managed identities eliminate the need to manage credentials, reducing the risk of exposure. Types of managed identities. There are two types of managed identities: system-assigned and user-assigned. System-assigned identities are tied to an Azure resource, while user-assigned identities can be assigned to multiple resources. Thank you for listening.